Well, let's see. At the federal level, we were waiting for CMS to issue rules. They were supposed to be out by last October. Well, I guess the answer is no update. The rules are still hanging out there because the feds have figured out that the states have been gaming the system on what's community, and they're a little bit concerned about how that all plays out. Actually, we had 14 states push to use community-based dollars in settings like on the grounds of a nursing facility or on the grounds of an institution because we want those choices. Or they wanted to have us all live together in little diagnosis-specific housing units because we like living together like that. So that's the message that's coming from the states. CMS is needing some pushing back, and at the federal level, we're doing that. Despite the fact that we don't have rules, states still can implement the community first choice option. So where are we in New York? Because it was about a year ago that this group of people got the administration to commit to selecting and implementing the community first choice option. Well, we're not that much further ahead, unfortunately. We are still waiting for appointments to the Development and Implementation Council for CFC. All right, so that sounds like a real sucky kind of update. But I want to point out, we are engaged in an epic struggle. I have decided that this is beyond historic because we've been doing this for more than 20 years. Shoot, they were Greek tragedies that take less time. So we have been working on this for a long freaking time. It is epic. So we are on the verge of an epic victory because honestly, when New York implements the community first choice option, we will finally eliminate the bias in Medicaid that forces people into institutions, and we will free our people. Can I hear you? Free our people! Okay, so we've talked about that for like, a decade now. But guess what? There's more to CFC, things that even I didn't realize until we started to actually look at how do you implement this thing. We're in the CFC not only frees our people, but it changes how services are delivered in the community. Fundamentally changes them. Home care has been set up the way it is since the mid-1960s. To give you a sense of how long that is, I was born in the mid-1960s. Okay, see gray hair? Okay, it was a long freaking time ago. A lot's changed. Home care, not so much. So what are the things that are gonna change? Services are gonna be available cross-disability, cross-generational, based on functional need. We won't have to have a system where they say, do you have a traumatic brain injury or was that a stroke? Do you have, is that MS or a spinal cord injury? People won't care. The question is, what do you need? How can we get it to you? Absolutely. You'll get assistance with activities of daily living, the standard stuff that we're used to in personal care, but also instrumental activities of daily living. Now I have to admit, I had a pretty medical model view of that. We all think about safety monitoring and what do people with dementia need, but instrumental activities of daily living include care of others, like child care and pet care. These are things that we have not been able to get assistance with because they're saying they're not medically necessary. Well, they're a part of instrumental activities of daily living. Very, very cool. Health-related functions. You can have 40 different people in your home and not one damn person could put the pill on your tongue. That changes with the community first choice option. It's a big deal. It gives people new rights in home care. Even in traditional programs, you'll be able to hire and fire workers and say, I don't want that person. Train people yourself. Establish qualifications of your own, saying, I want someone who speaks my language. That's a qualification. You need to make that happen. These are all new things that come with the community first choice option. We're taking the existing system and putting it on its head where it belongs, with us in charge. It also does two other things that are really important. It says that services should be provided so that people can lead an independent life. No longer will you have home care agencies saying, this is called home care. You need to get it in your home. And you say, but I'm at work and I need to go to the bathroom. No, this is now, it's about leading an independent life. This is a big deal. And very importantly, it adds language that people receive services in the most integrated setting into the service law. So we're taking the language out of the ADA and civil rights language and putting it into a service delivery system. We are changing everything. And we're on the verge of making that happen here in New York. Not only does it do all of those things, it brings new money into New York State. New York will net like $90 million a year by doing this. Let's do the math. That's roughly $7 million a month. Oh, on top of the $1 billion we saved over the last decade. Oh, thank you very much. You're welcome. Okay, so $7 million a month. I don't think we should be waiting to get $7 million a month. We shouldn't be waiting to free our people, and we shouldn't be waiting to transform a system that's, well, let's just say 30 years overdue. So we're on the verge of an epic victory. We pushed it last year. The reason we got the commitment was because we were all here. It's time for us to make our voices heard. That's why we're here. We're here to make our voices heard. Can I hear you say, free our people? Free our people! Make them hear it on the top floor. Free our people! Free our people! So we're here to make our voices heard. We're going to go out, we're going to organize, and we're going to advocate, because we are not just leading New York State into this change. New York's independent living centers are leading the country to transform these systems. You are more important than you have any idea, because we are on the verge of making this happen. We need them to appoint the Development and Implementation Council. That's what we need to say. And the reason we need to do them is it will free our people and save and bring into New York $7 million a month. So go forth. Melanie's got some instructions, but my God, this is a great group of people, and we're going to free our people for sure.